What the heck? All right. Hello. Thought I'd have a little fun there. It's Rob from Harlem Lofts. I'm out here in the snow. What's this, biggest storm in 5 years, they say? Anyway, so we're ready for our market report. On time as promised, snow, sleet, hail, nothing stops us to be on time for this market report. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and you'll get these updates. I'll save all the salesman stuff to the end of the video. We're going to jump right into the condos and townhouses, what's happened, and where this market is going. Let's go. All right, so the condominium market, it's a bigger data pool than the townhouses, and I'm going to show you these charts. This is what I'm looking at. It'll pop up behind me. 2019 is blue, 2020 until today is red. We started March 15th when COVID hit. We're going to continue with that data pool until March, and then we'll compare year to year. But what we wanted to see you is this was 2019, a little sporadic, and then this is 2020 during COVID. Here at the end, the recordings, again, they're slow on condominiums, so this actually is, next month will still go up. But we're reporting on the information as it comes in and as it gets recorded. So that was as of this morning. So right now, in last year, you had 266 condos sell in all of Upper Manhattan from March 15th until February 2nd of 2020. And then 2020, when COVID hit, until now, we had 168. That's in red. And you can see by looking at the chart behind me that the amount of sales is really clustered around the end of the year. So what we're showing is a return of the market on sales. Although the total is down, it's mostly at the end of the year when you see these sales happening. And in just a minute, we're going to talk about the inventory and where it is now in the return of the market. But before we do that, I want to talk to you about sales volume. This chart looks very similar to the amount of sales, very similar, almost too similar. What happened here is on the sales volume, it only went down by 36%, and the amount of sales, 36.6%, the amount of sales went down 36.8%. So if you look at that, that equates to the average price of the condos that did trade in the past 11 months actually went up 4%. So the condo market has not lost any of its luster. The amount of sales are down, but the actual prices are up 0.04%. Okay, so our condo inventory. Most people, I'm sure you're interested in what happened in the past, but let's talk about the future. So going out on a limb here, we'll make some predictions, but they've been pretty accurate in the past. So this chart that's going to pop up behind me, what you're going to see is a big inventory increase all the way up to 449. I believe that was in early November, late October. And then it dropped down to 398. Now, that wasn't because of all sales. A lot of the stuff was pulled off the market for the winter in the condo arena. Now, what you're going to see, our prediction is you're going to see it go back up to at least the 498 between now and April. So that's our prediction. Watch this in June, and you can come back and can tell me if I'm wrong. So you're going to see the inventory go up, and you saw the prices are a little higher than they were in 2019. So you make the decision if you're a buyer or a seller how to price your unit. But if you need help, don't forget, just reach out to us. Okay, so we're going to talk about townhouse number of sales and sales volume, again, from March until now, and compare it to the year prior. So in blue, you're going to have 2019 going into the beginning of 2020, February. And in red, you're going to have 2020, the COVID year, going into today. So we had 75 townhouses sell in the earlier period, 2019, and only 38 this year, actually the last 11 months. That's a 49% decrease in the number of sales. But the sales volume only went down by 48. So what does that mean? It means the average sale price of the 38 that did close is actually a little higher than 2019. Again, we're seeing the same trend. We are still at 2019 prices, actually a little higher for all of the properties that are averaged out that sold during COVID. So healthy market, healthy underlying market, everything keeps pointing to the same thing. The average sale price actually went up from 2,116,000 in 2019 to 2,166,000 this year. So up 2.4%. Who would have guessed? So what does all this mean to the current market in the future? All right, that's what we want to talk about. Making predictions here again. We talked about in our last video, which we went over the entire year, and our market reports are in the mail now, you should get it. We talked about, this is the inventory from COVID to early November. 91, says 94, 91 properties were on the market, and that's what we predicted. The return of inventory is the return of a healthy market. First inventory comes back, then the buyers, then the closings. So right now we went to 91. Then we saw this extreme drop, which we talked about last month. But you see it's starting to go up. Prediction, it's down to 71 today. But I can assure you that between now and April, this is gonna go pretty close to the 91 if it doesn't surpass the 91, which would be a more inventory than normal, because 91 to 94 is a normal market here. Now, the reason, why do I know that? Well, because we've been doing this for 30 years and we're the experts in Harlem. Why else? Because we, Harlem Lofts, will have 6 new townhouse listings between now and February 15th. So keep your eyes open for that. So if we have 6, our big competitors must have 1 or 2. That's what I'm guessing. So how do I price my property? How do I make offers on properties? You know, who's discounting? Let's talk about that. Nothing's changed except this chart that you'll see behind me is the percentage of townhouse listings that are offering discounts. As you can see, what's important is the 4 million plus, which I have another chart here. The 4 million plus is all of them, practically 80% of them are offering discounts. If you look at the pink, that's going to be below 2 million. And the majority of those, good 60% or 59% are offering discounts. So the high and the low are offering the most discounts. The discounts are averaging about 10.9% of all the discounts. But where is that broken down? There you go. That's your $4 million properties. That's your 2 million and under properties. That's 15%, that's 20%. So the expensive and the less expensive properties are offering the most discounts and at the highest percentage. But if you want to average this all out, 11% discounts across the board if you average them all together. And I forget what anyway, that 11% average if you average them all out. Okay, so Rob, out of the 71 properties that are on the market, what's happening with them? Okay, well, the more expensive 4 million plus, which there are only 4. It's a small data pool. Those are staying on the market for 350 days. 350 days. So they're pushing a year, the higher priced properties. And they're the ones offering the larger discounts, right? It makes sense. But what is interesting is the under 2 million in pink. You see, they're only on the market 150 days. So why? Because they're selling. So the inexpensive properties are selling. And there's more inventory being put on the market with these, so the average days on the market for the less expensive properties is going to be less. These more expensive ones are just sitting there, and they have been for a year. So out of the 71 properties, what's on the market now? We have, in your pink, I told you only 4 are priced above 4 million. In your pink, that's going to be your under 2 million. You have 20 of those right now, and a lot of them are new. Between 2 and 3 million, you have 30, and you're going to have well, we're launching a few in that market, and we're launching a few in this next market. 3 to 4 million in light blue. You have 17 on the market, but you have 3 more next week in both of those categories based on our inventory alone. So what's the take home, Rob, on the townhouse market? I'm going to go back to a chart I showed you earlier. This one, inventory. Creeped all the way up. That was a tough 6 months, I gotta tell you. Creeped up to 91, dropped off. It's going straight back up. So if you're gonna list your property, whether you choose to use us or a less effective broker, just kidding. If you choose to use us or anybody, if you're gonna list your property, you wanna get it out early this year. You don't wanna wait till April 1st. So get your broker, get it listed, A little snow never hurts in the photos. Don't worry about it. They can update them in April. But get your property on the market before it goes to 100 in April 15th. All right, so let's wrap this up. I am freezing out here. Can I be cheesy? But the market in Harlem is not. It's going to be hot in April. So get ready. If you're listing or if you're buying, the market will return. As I said, people are sick of Walmart. They're sick of the suburbs. They bought overpriced houses outside of the city, and they're coming back. So that's our prediction. If you want to stay in touch with us, go to our website, harlemlofts.com. Go to our resource tab. You can download the market reports that we did 3 weeks ago. They're in the mail to you now for those people that are on our list. There's 11,000 of you on the list that are going to get a physical copy this year. Buyers, if you want to see what's coming, the 6 properties that I talked about, the 6 townhouses that we're listing in the next 10 days, you would go to our Facebook Coming Soon page. So Facebook, Harlem Lofts Coming Soon, and you'll see those properties before they hit anywhere else. If you're a seller and you want to know what your property's worth, go to our website, hit the tab that says free evaluation. Gareth and I will come over to your house, and like I said, we'll have a price to you quicker than you can get your PCR COVID results back. Lastly, this is our YouTube channel. Stay in touch with us this way. If you subscribe, you'll get updates when we do sporadic videos. But if you don't want to subscribe, we will be back on March 4th with a monthly update, and April 9th is our webinar where we have live chat sessions. Thank you for listening. We're having a lot of fun with this, and I've got work to do. We're busy, so come join us at some of our open houses. Bye-bye.